average GPA by program track and year. Here we'll answer how do students perform across 4 years in different program tracks. We have 4 year of data for 10 students across the three tracks, which is global health, research, and traditional. Let's start with year one. We see that global health is performing the lowest with 3.28 average GPA as compared to research and traditional. In second year, we see the increase in global health as compared to rest of the two tracks. In third year, again, the global health has dipped down a bit, but the rest of the two tracks remains the pretty same with a little bit of increase in traditional track. On the fourth year, the global health has dipped down. The research is nearby the same, but with the increase of a bit, and the traditional is the highest track that we see. Now, just with the first look at the bars here, we can understand that global health started with a very lower GPA but improved in year 2 and then dipped a bit in year 3 and year 4. Research students have pretty steady small ups and downs over all 4 years. Traditional students have strong finish in the year 4 with the ending GPA of 3.76 number. So look, we if we can look into year 2, teaching in global health, why is there a big jump? We can now take actions like is there a class differently taught, or if there is a change in a course curriculum, or is there a different types of students that came into year 2 and that has affected. So this is a good action point to take into consideration. Similarly, for the traditional track here, we see the highest is 3.76. So we can consider looking into the similar factors for traditional track here, and we can follow the same pattern for the rest of the two tracks. For now, we can keep the research track on pause because we see there is a up and down, but there is not a major dip or major increase for this track. This gives a clear idea about how two different tracks performed well in two different years. To follow that pattern and try to make rest of the tracks better as compared to the what we have. Next up is the satisfaction ratio by gender, ethnicity, and path. Just by looking at here, we know that there are four different ratios of the satisfaction, which is dissatisfied, satisfied, very satisfied, and last up is neutral. If we look at the gender ratio here, we see that most non-binary people have selected the neutral satisfaction ratio as compared to rest of the female and male. They have either selected satisfied, very satisfied, or neutral, or dissatisfied. Now this is alarming sign that even though the students are performing well as compared to this ratio here, but a specific non-binary category is not either not happy, but they're not either excited too. So this can be a neutral feeling, could be a warning sign. If they're doing well in the class, they might not feel fully supported, and that's why they may have chosen the neutral category. So coming to the ethnicity, if we see that Asian, Hispanic, and white people have selected either very satisfied, dissatisfied, or neutral, or two of the ratios. But here is the highest number that we see, which is a black people, where two students have selected the neutral. Now again, if we compare, if the numbers 1 to 2, it is not a highest difference, but still a minimum change that we can keep into consideration and look. We can start maybe a black consideration group where we support the black candidates, try to understand their problems if there is any discrimination happening or if there is a biases looking at that. And last up would be the path, which is direct, international, and post bachelorate. Here we see that two people have selected dissatisfied, which is the highest across any of the gender, ethnicity, and path. No one has selected dissatisfied in the highest ratio, but in path we see that direct is the dissatisfied ratio. And here in the post bachelorate, again we see three people are choosing neutral. If we'll just look into the consideration of all of these three categories, most of the students, which is 3, 2, and 3, are selected neutral. So they're not either not happy, but they're not either excited. So this can be a good sign to take into consideration of looking into and creating a awareness across different genders and different paths and different ethnicity. Hope this helps.